We're here with Dave Gahan and Alan Wilder from Depeche Mode. Great to see you guys again.
Hi.
You're currently on a world tour, right?
The biggest one we've ever done.
The biggest one you've ever done. Well, we're going to do yet another Depeche Mode week on Video 1. We figured for day one we get the usual questions out of the way, all right? The formation of the band and all that kind of stuff, and we'll have some fun throughout the rest of the week. So, how did you guys get together with Depeche Mode?
Well, it's going back sort of 7, 8 years now when it originally formed, and originally it was Vince Clarke, who went on to Yazoo and stuff like that. He was with just Martin and Andy, and they formed a band together under a different name, a terrible name which I won't let you know what it was. Then after they'd been rehearsing together, they hadn't actually played any proper gigs, but they saw me with another band and asked me to come down and sing with them. So I came down and sang with them, and we got some gigs and stuff. Then Vince left after about a year, after the first album. Then Al came along, and the rest is history, really.
Right.
It's sort of built up year after year, basically. We're gradually conquering the world, as they say.
Yeah, and the amazing thing was that the band was able to not only carry on, but go on to more and more success, despite the fact that people at the time thought maybe it was over because Vince was leaving.
Yeah.
Because the first album he was the principal songwriter.
Well, it was the obvious thing to happen, I mean, obviously, Vince left, and all the critics sort of said, songwriter leaves, band's over,
It's an unusual situation because most bands only have maybe the one songwriter, it's usually the singer. And in this case, it was neither. It wasn't the singer, and it was the guy who left. So obviously everyone expected us to falter, but luckily Martin turned out to be. I mean, he'd always written, but he was very lazy about it, and
bit of a dark horse.
Right.
Very good songwriter.
Have you noticed Martin's writing changing over the years? Obviously as the band evolves, and your singing changes, and your singing obviously develops, because the more you sing, the better you get. The more you play with your instruments, whether it's in the studio, whether it's on stage, the more proficient you get. Do you notice that Martin's writing changes as you evolve?
In the same way, yeah, definitely. I mean, he gets, he surprises us every time, really. He comes up with new songs all the time, he usually writes best when he's pushed into a situation where he has to come up with a certain amount of songs in a certain amount of time, and then when he's under that sort of stress, if you like, he comes up with some really good songs. Usually, if he's actually got a lot of time to write songs, he doesn't really do anything, because as Al said, he's lazy. He has to be pushed.
I think you kick back, right?
Yeah, and when you're pushed in a corner, sometimes you produce your best things. I think it's the same for when we're working in the studio.
Very more personal as well. I think the actual subject matter that he writes about is very much to do with him and his personal relationships, whereas and maybe that's a change, because in the past he's written more kind of diverse sort of subjects,
Right.
Whereas now he's like, all his songs seem to be about relationships and that.
Well, we're going to look at Never Let Me Down again right now to start off day one of our Depeche Mode week. And is there a particular story that Martin had that related to this song?
Well, not really, no. There's not any particular story, I don't think. I mean, you should really ask Martin, but he doesn't like to really talk about his lyrics. He likes people to sort of make up their own minds about them.
That's right, the song stands by itself.
Yeah, and usually it's pretty obvious what they're about from the lyrics, because his lyrics are very sort of, they actually spell out what the whole thing's about.
Okay, well, from Never Let Me Down, from Music for the Masses, we've got the second single, Never Let Me Down Again. All right, we'll see you tomorrow on Video 1.